So for me, the Mendelssohn Violin Concerto is a piece that I grew up with. Essentially, I first played it when I was 9 years old. And yeah, I mean, it was and is still has that incredibly fresh, I think incredibly like brilliant sense. It has that passion, it has that feeling, that intensity that I was really enjoying and then grew with me, right? And over the years, it's like a bit like a reflection. You come back to it. All the great pieces are like that, right? You come back to it, you see yourself, you change, and so does the piece. Oftentimes I get asked, do you get tired of playing it? Does it become the same thing over and over? But the answer is definitely not. You would only get tired if you had nothing else in your life. But if you're taking always new inspirations from other experiences, then you never get bored, and therefore you never are boring. So for me personally, my audience is a lot of young players who are, sort of like thinking about, perhaps they're playing instruments for fun, violin for fun, perhaps they're, on a serious path. But my content seems to be a lot of content that revolves around music education, so a lot of tips and things about, also a lot of comedy as well, showing people the other side of being a soloist, traveling, touring. So that tends to attract, I think, a lot of young people. But that's what I think is my point in being an artist, is to be able to create more of a positive impact to people, especially younger generations. I think I'm incredibly happy that they seem to enjoy that. So I'm very, very honored to be playing on 1714 Stradivarius. This one is called the Dolphin, and it is one of the best instruments I've ever played. It used to belong to violinist Jascha Heifetz. So it's got an amazing, brilliant, and very bold character in its sound. And yeah, it's also quite challenging to play. It's not easy, when you don't play it exactly the way it wants, it gets kind of turns off a little bit. So one has to be very, very focused. It is not forgiving, this instrument, but when you play it right, it's also the most incredible instrument.